And just to add, tarot cards, that's a category now. Tarot card readings. Twitch is for everybody. Hi, I'm Ben Feferman.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome back to Esports Unfiltered, where every week we break down the news, stories, and scandals in the esports industry. Today we're going to talk about streaming on Twitch, but maybe not the streaming you're thinking about. You may not know that there is a huge world out there of streamers on Twitch that are streaming non-gaming content. That could be everything from music to art to dance to what else do we just all the weird just looked at?
Physical activity, just working out. ASMR was a big one, which that's a strange thing to stream. You have to come up with ASMR. A lot of noises and things. I don't know how you do that for a whole stream, but that's one.
A lot of weird people out there. But hey, who are we to judge? You know, look at me. Some people might think a guy who's wearing a pork pie hat with some 1970s or 80s big glasses and a retro Nintendo console shirt from Walmart in rural USA is kind of weird, but you know what? Who are we to judge? So what are some of the big categories happening right now on Twitch?
The biggest and fastest growing one is just chatting, but there's also a lot of exciting stuff happening in music and art as well. Because this, you know, with the pandemic this year, a lot of opportunities that people in those industries had before are gone. So, and in every industry really. So Twitch has really been that place for people to sort of move their businesses to and to live stream their content instead of, you know, taking appointments or bookings or, you know, sessions.
So let's go into music. What are some of the big artists that are on Twitch right now?
So Logic just signed a deal to be streaming every single week and releasing new music through Twitch. Steve Aoki has been a longtime user on the platform, as well as a couple of other big ones, Brendan Urie, Diplo. So
T-Pain.
A lot of like young and trending artists. So like these artists are, instead of doing their live shows, because they're not getting the revenue from that during the pandemic, obviously, they're moving them to Twitch, and it's attracting like a whole new section of people who would have wanted to be at those live shows and be at those clubs and be at those sets. They're now on Twitch when they probably weren't before.
I think we're also seeing sort of the rise now of the non-gaming influencer. So I'll give a shout out. I really like to watch the 8-bit drummer. And what does he do? He drums, and it's engaging and it's fun. He's not famous. I mean, he kind of is now because of Twitch. But everyday musicians can not just play, but I think what's different is when you're playing a regular concert, there is zero engagement, very little engagement with your fans. Maybe you drop a mic into the crowd, or maybe you call a fan up on stage, maybe. But on Twitch now, you're seeing that musicians can engage in chat and talk and ask questions, and really changes the game for a fan engagement in the music industry.
Yeah, and it's changing the gaming side of Twitch as well. Snoop Dogg has also been streaming games, just things like Madden and
yeah,
you know, things that he's interested
great Madden
in.
Player.
But Twitch is also investing in those music influencers to bring up their platform as a whole. So maybe they're not even playing music, but that's, you know, something that they're using to grow their platform. And then later, you know, they'll probably do their live sets and their exclusive content when they're switched back and forth between categories. But it's opening up an opportunity for Twitch itself to grow its other categories using these musicians. And it's also opening up opportunities for musicians to grow themselves using Twitch, because like you said, they have that those interactive features. I can talk with my fans, I can get to know them, and they can also donate directly to me. Spotify tried to integrate something similar where they introduced this like tipping for artists situation, which was set up like it really felt like a charity, like you were giving them money because like they needed it, and they started to, the artists didn't want to promote it. They felt strange like asking for these donations because it wasn't so apparent, like they're not doing anything live. So on Twitch, it makes much more sense. I'm doing something live, you now tip me for my performance, rather than this sort of anonymous like tipping situation on Spotify.
It's definitely part of the culture. And just browsing through Twitch, I just want to tell you, just to show how big music is as a category. Okay, there's 41,000 people right now watching the music category. Right now, music is bigger than Rocket League. Pretty crazy. It's bigger than Teamfight Tactics. It's bigger than PUBG. It's even bigger than Call of Duty and Overwatch and Fall Guys. Music is higher on Twitch than all of those top AAA titles.
I don't know that that's really surprising. Music, obviously, like music is a whole category, whereas these games are one game. So these games are only getting, I have the Call of Duty audience, I have, the Fortnite audience, whereas, music has all of the people who listen to music. Like there's no category for like jazz, rock. It's not getting separated like that in the Twitch categories. It's getting separated just by music in general. So that can be literally anything. That could be watching the Rolling Stones or watching some random dude in Iowa play his guitar. So it varies a little bit. So until we see, an even further breakdown of like subcategories there, I don't know that like tracking, like comparing them to like games would make sense, but comparing the music to just general gaming views does, hold a candle.
Yeah, I think it's just,
there.
As a category, we're starting to see, we will break it out. Even art, for example, almost 19,000 people in the art category, which we should talk about. It's really fascinating. That's bigger right now than Rainbow Six Siege or Roblox, so these non-gaming categories are becoming so huge. That's all I have to say about that. I really contributed to that conversation with that statement, didn't I?
Yeah.
That they're huge. They're huge. That's all you need to know. They're big.
Huge.
They're very big. ASMR there, it's gaining some traction. What are other categories? Oh, sport. We didn't look at this. Sports has a category. Let's see. What are people doing? Doesn't actually look like they're playing sports. Looks like they're talking.
It doesn't look like they're doing.
They're talking about. Oh no. These guys are playing pool. Look at this. Darts. Darts is a very good sport for Twitch. Very easy to follow. Makes a lot of sense. So that's what's just so exciting about Twitch as a platform. We'll mute it here, but like, look at that. The guy, he's like streaming darts. I don't even think he's playing. He's watching somebody.
Well, all these categories definitely open up like opportunities for everyone to jump between as well. A lot of like of our favorite big game streamers, they do hop between these categories. Like sometimes somebody will do an episode where they're just like, bake cupcakes with me, and they'll just usually they have gaming content, but then they'll do something a little different. And it's good to see people branch out in that way because we can get to know them a bit better. It deepens that connection. Nobody who is a fan or a streamer or a gamer is just a gamer. We all have other interests, so it's a way to capitalize on those interests. And it's obviously opened up a whole, can of worms for people who wouldn't have been on Twitch before the pandemic or wouldn't have been on Twitch, at all. For these businesses to actually come across, like for instance, personal training, like that can happen on Twitch, that can happen live, right?
And I want to ask our audience, please let us know, what are the weirdest categories on Twitch? I'm already seeing, and again, I don't have time to go through the entire list, it's really endless. Crypto is a category. Crypto, you want to talk about crypto?
Has its own category.
Has its own category. Crypto, talking about crypto is bigger than League of Legends, Wild Rift, and Brawlhalla. Like this is crazy. What does it say about these like very kind of fringe categories?
Well, what do you think about some of the reactions to non-gamers coming on to Twitch? When, previously this was a space really owned by gamers, and now there's a lot of other types of people coming into this platform and then moving into gaming from there. So what are your initial thoughts on that?
So there's also blackjack. The categories are crazy. I think it's great.
But not gambling, just blackjack.
The more the merrier. I think this is a great way, it's a great platform to engage your fans with whatever you're doing, whether it's sports, whether it's video games, whether it's cooking, whether it's gardening, whether it's driving carpool. Driving carpool, that'd be a great category. I'd love to watch people drive their kids carpool, like talk about it. Like, it's great. And if gamers have a problem with all these non-gaming channels, like they can shut the f up. Like, that's really my position on it. It's like saying like, oh, what did YouTube start as? Cat videos? Anyone who's on a cat video should not be on YouTube. Like, all these platforms should be open. And if you're gonna be like this like snooty purist gatekeeper that's only gonna allow gaming on Twitch, like you've totally missed the whole point of the community.
For sure. Gatekeeping, I think, in gaming, when it comes to platforms, games, anything has to end. There's a lot of it, and I think it really does come from this history of gamers where, before gaming was popular, those are the people who weren't popular. People that played video games were not cool. People, didn't think that was like an interesting hobby. And now that's all flipping. So I think what we're seeing is definitely a reaction to that, saying, hey, you didn't like us before and now you think we're great and you can't have a part of it. But it's like turned into this very toxic energy where we all like all kinds of things and we need to stop stereotyping people, putting people in boxes, and just let everybody appreciate games, let everyone appreciate live streaming, and just be kind to each other.
And just to add, tarot cards, that's a category now. Tarot card readings. Twitch is for everybody. And if you don't like it, go on YouTube, right? That should be people's position. That's what YouTube is. It's just a platform than Twitch, and you can't do anything. Last thing before I want to make sure I remember is what I love about Twitch is that you can give away money to people. And it's just, like if you want to do a random act of kindness, you know how hard that is? So like, I don't have any cash. Do you have cash on you? Like, do you have $5 you can just go up to someone and give them and make their day with giving them $5? No, we don't have that. But can I just find someone? We were just before, someone was on a weight loss journey and I followed them. Well, I didn't give them any money, but I have done this in the past. It's just like give streamers that have no viewership, like just drop them a sub or drop a gift sub in the chat for everyone watching. And like, I get so much joy out of giving. And you can't do that anywhere else. And that's like what really draws me to the platform.
Well, and it really makes, kind of earning a living off of those things, or even, just a small amount of side money off of what you love to do accessible to more people, especially this year. I mean, previously, the only way that a lot of artists make money is through commissions or like busking in the street. And that's A, not happening right now at all. And B, commissions are a hard thing to make money off of, and someone's telling you what art to make. So here on Twitch, they can live stream the kind of art that they like to make. They can, they can take commissions from their audiences. They can get their names out there. There really is no other way for artists to market themselves. There's no other platform that really works for that. I mean, we have Instagram, which is visual, and you can live stream and stuff on there as well, but it's not as interactive.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same.
It's opened up a whole
engagement.
world for musicians and artists to actually get their art out to people.
So bottom line is, let's watch how Twitch unfolds. Great community, great platform. Check out all the weird ass categories on Twitch. You may find something that you like. I am still scrolling because I'm just so interested to see what else I'm gonna find at the bottom. So I'm Ben Feferman.
I'm Rachel.
Okay, give me one other second here. I'm Ben Feferman.
I'm Rachel.
And good night, Sacramento.